I'm very happy for this opportunity provided to me to interact with you. I'm very much thankful to IILM, College of Engineering Technology, the management, and also for Mr. Penny H. Wilson, who was instrumental in arranging this webinar. So today I'll be sharing with total quality management. You know, nowadays the companies are in competition, and unless they compete and stay the top, they will be nowhere after some time. And a company, if they want to make profit, they have to show that their product is of good quality. Gone are those days where the seller, the company was a king and important person, and if we want, we are at their mercy. But because of the population rise, because of the awareness, education, now customer is the king. He demands. He goes to one shop and he says, I want this, I want that. And if he doesn't want, he goes to the next shop. Because there are umpteen number of suppliers, umpteen number of people who sell, umpteen number of companies who manufacture. So in order to stay competent, they will have to have good procedures in the company. And this is about how to stay atop in the competitive world. So today, my topic will be on total quality management. I'm going to give you a bird's eye view. It's a big topic by itself. And if you go into the minute details, it will take a lot of time. I'm going to share only the bird's eye view of what is all about total quality management. When we see how it evolved, how this total quality management concept came, and this PPT says, no, first in 1900, industrial engineering was introduced as a separate field where they concentrated on the engineering inside the industry, like time management, scheduling, and staffing. And as the time went by, 1940, quality control was established. That means they will check every product, and if it is having good quality, they say approved. If it is not good quality, they say reject. So the quality control was only at the end of the industry where the products were going out, and that is called quality control. And that was managed by a small team. Quality control inspector will be there, and he will have 2 or 3 staff members. They will have some instruments to measure, and if the instrument measures a particular dimension is correct, they will say it is approved. And with the introduction of statistical process control, you know the subject statistical process control, no, SPC came. That is how statistically they can control the quality. They take a sample, and if suppose they take 25 samples, out of these 25 samples, if 5 products are bad, they will reject. If only 3 products are bad, they will accept. So they have a minimum number of products by which they can accept the lot, or if it is crossing the number, they will reject the lot. And that is about the statistical process control. And then in 1960s, it evolved into design of experiments. See, for example, you are having a machine and you have to conduct a lot of experiments. You need not conduct umpteen number of experiments. So select very few experiments based on DOE, that is design of experiments, and you can easily improve the quality. It can be on any machine or engine or any production process, or even in a bakery, how you are manufacturing cake and bread. You can apply this design of experiments. Then in 1980s, quality system was evolved where people saw it as a system. It is not only a department of quality control, but it is a system where all the things are put in place. And then total quality management evolved, and business excellence models were there. And now in late 2000, in the year 2000, we have the new concepts like learning organizations, where in a company is there, employees are there, the management sends them to some special courses. They send them to colleges. I heard in Germany, you know, there the degree does not have any value. If we have good skills, then they will promote. Otherwise, your degree certificate, they'll say it is good for the dustbin. But if you are working in a company as a very basic level worker, as a technician, and if the company knows that you are having some skills, they themselves will send you to higher education. They will spend the money. So nowadays, many companies are also following that. They send the people for higher studies. They send them for some training program on quality, on Six Sigma, business process reengineering. These are the new techniques which are now in the industry. You know, Japan, it was hit by powerful atomic bombs. You know, what are the places? Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And when these atomic bombs were uh, put on Japan in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the entire country was destroyed. I happened to go to Washington, and there was a place called Air Hangar where they have kept lot of aircrafts for exhibition. There I saw one black color aircraft. They said this is the aircraft which was used to put bombs in Japan. Really, it was thrilling and it was a very sad day for Japan. The entire country collapsed. Companies, everything went into scraps. And at the time, a lot of people joined together, science and technology people, people from educational institutions. They started having meetings. Now our country has come to 0 point, zero level. How can we bring up the country? How can we build up the country? They started discussing, and every week they are having meetings. At that time, somebody said there was one professor in US. They thought he is having good philosophy and concepts how we can produce quality products. You know, Japan is not having much of resources. Natural resources are not there. It's all small islands put together as one country. They don't have much of natural resources. So whatever products are already there, they wanted to take them and remake it into a quality product so that they can uh, sustain or come up in the world market. So this Deming professor, the professor's name is Deming, and another professor's name is Juran, and they were having a lot of good quality concepts. They were trying to teach in US, but US companies did not listen. They were not able to sell their new concepts in US. So somebody invited them. Japanese invited them. So they came and taught these people who are owners of industry, science and technology people. And they said this is the new way by which we can improve the quality. And Japanese listen to it because for them it is a death and life. Otherwise they can't survive. They cannot grow as a good nation. So they were very carefully listening, adopted those principles, and started acquiring status in the midst of the world. You know how the Suzuki cars, they were in the throughout the globe, they were able to sell. You know how the products of Sony, Sony TV and the Sony electronic products, so many gadgets and the keyboards and all cameras, all products, air conditioners. You know, when you say some Japanese product is known for its quality, and how they came to that level because they implemented what these professors taught them. They said always aim for delta increment. Slowly go up the ladder. But US was not like that. They will try and wait for a big invention and they will grow economically. But Japan, it started growing slowly by small improvements made in the industry. And this is Deming and Juran. They are the people who contributed much. And after that, professors in Japan learned, and then it went to US. Might be in 1980s, US started. They woke up. Oh, we have to follow these quality procedures, otherwise our company will not become competent. It will not stay in the top. We will incur heavy loss. Now, many of the US companies, they started following these quality concepts. So this is a rough layout about how the total quality management evolved. Now, these are the people who were called quality gurus for the entire world. These people introduced what is quality, quality management, quality concept. I told you first is Deming, Professor Deming, and he is called the father of modern Japan industrial revivalist, post-war Japan revival. He was a great man. He was the man behind the quality. Made 14 principles of quality. He found out the PDCA cycle. PDCA cycle means plan, do, check, act. You can apply even for your studies, even for your homework, anything. Plan and do. Whatever you have planned, do it. And after doing it, check whether it has come out well or not. And then after the checking, if there are some corrections, you again act. So that's called PDCA cycle. He invented. And then you have Juran, J.M. Juran. He brought out what is called as Juran's trilogy. Juran's trilogy means three methods: quality planning, quality control, quality implementation. And he said any company should start with the quality planning, and then they have to control, implement. That's what Juran's trilogy. He brought the new concept called cost of quality. If you want to produce any product of good quality, it involves a cost. So he only brought that new concept, cost of quality. And in any industry, whatever amount you are spending to improve the quality will never become waste, because the cost of poor quality is always more than what we spend for improving the quality. For example, you are sending the employees for a training in quality. You are teaching them some quality methods, and it involves some cost, and you are giving some rewards for somebody who has done a good work of quality. So it involves some cost. That is called cost of quality, and we will see in detail in a little later. Then another guru was Feigenbaum. Feigenbaum, he only is the cause for modern total quality control. He said the quality has to be everybody's job in an industry, starting from security, starting from technicians, and every employee is part of this program. That's why it is called as total quality management. Not only it starts from the security, it also starts from the raw materials which are purchased from some other company. I went to a company called TVS Lucas. You all must be knowing. You open a car or a bus or lorry engine, you find out a starter motor that is manufactured by TVS Lucas. Lucas is a foreign company. TVS is an Indian company. Both had a partnership, and they made this TVS Lucas company. And they are manufacturing 300 types of motors for 300 different vehicles. It goes to the entire world. It's a good company. And they are having 500 people who are supplying to them some products. With all those products, they assemble and produce these motors. 500 people. So they have a separate team who goes to these 500 different companies and find out whether they are having good quality. Then only this company will have good quality. So the Feigenbaum, he found out what is called as total quality control and then total quality management. Then another guru is called Ishikawa. Ishikawa, he brought out cause and effect diagram. What is a cause and what is the effect? If some product is not having good quality, he wants us to find out what is the cause and go and rectify the cause. That is the concept brought by Ishikawa. Then we have people like Philip Crosby and also Taguchi. And these people also contributed to the total quality management. Now, this will be the content of my presentation. We will see what is TQM Pyramid. The pyramid means what are all the different layers of total quality management, and what are the certifying agencies to give that your company is of good quality, and what are the tools of quality management, how to analyze the data, what is cost of quality, and how to control the quality. This will be the broad outlay of my lecture today. Now, Yeah, in the pyramid, TQM pyramid, TQM model, elements of quality management, how to find out what are the good quality product factors, features. When do you say that a particular product is having good quality? I am having a mobile. How do you say that this is having a good quality? How do you measure? And what is the importance of good quality? What's the consequence of poor quality? These are the things we are going to see. So first, this one is the pyramid, TQM pyramid, where the basis is process quality, where it is mainly measuring and measurement of information, and you have cost of quality, documentation, filing, reporting, all paperwork. So that's process quality. Then involvement, where you involve all the employees. How can you involve? If somebody does some good work, which has contributed some quality, then you give some certificate. Put it in the notice board. Today, this employee has contributed this for the quality, the notice board. So it encourages him and recognize him and train the people and make them as small teams, give them responsibility. This is called involving the people. So entire company is now involved in the quality. For example, in your engineering college, you want a NAC accreditation or NB accreditation. All are working, starting from the technicians and staff members and students. All are working as small teams to get a certification. So that is called involvement. And then leadership. Who owns the company? They should give a commitment. Yes, I am interested to improve the quality, and they should give all the supports, because this involves a cost. The management should not say, why should I spend this amount? No, first 2 or 3 years, if they spend the amount, they'll be able to reap the benefits. Then it becomes a culture in the company. The culture means it starts from the values, vision, mission, continuous improvement towards the quality. And then finally, TQM is a customer driven, where customer says, I want this, I want that, and we take those things into account. For example, I'll tell you, you are having iron box. You say iron box. Iron box is very heavy, and you go and ask a customer, what is the problem in this iron box? He says, after using for 1 week, I am getting a pain in the joint. So that is customer's voice. And how you are going to convert the customer voice into a quality? You say, why there's a pain? It is because of the heavy weight. So as engineers, they say, we'll have to remove this iron and bring some other material which will have less weight and which will have a good surface. Shrinkage should not be there. So they have polymer coated metals which are having less weight, and light iron boxes are there. Now when you go and buy an iron box, it is very light. So engineers are there to change the customer voice into technical descriptions. Now this particular slide says about customer focus. I was telling you customer focus and planning process, process management, process improvement, and these are all contributing to total quality management. Now, for example, you are having a small company, at least it take 2 to 3 years to completely implement the total quality management in your company. So might be you start in 2015, then 16, 17, 18, you will be able to realize the benefits of the TQM concept. So it is a process. It is not a 1 day work. It is not a 1 week work. It is not a 1 month work. It is a continuous process. It is like you are on a tiger. If you get down, tiger will bite you. It will kill you. You cannot get down. So you have to continuously go. It is like something like that. You cannot get down from the tiger of total quality. I have done, so let me relax. No, all other companies will overtake you. Then your company will lose. That's why it says process management. It is a continuous process. And in this process management, on the basic, we have statistical quality control. Statistical means, see, for example, I'm giving a small example. And how many subjects you have, and how many marks you have scored in the first assessment, second assessment, third assessment. which subject you are weak. Like that, you take the numbers and you plan, and you find out how many hours you have put into study, what are the materials, everything you convert it to number and analyze. That is called statistical quality control. Suppose you are teaching in a college or university, and how many classes you are taking, past how many years you have been taking, how many students have passed, how many students have got first class, how many students have got medals. This is statistics. If you take these statistics and analyze, you know which area to improve. So that is called the fundamental thing, statistical quality control. Then systematic problem solving focus. If some problem is there, we want to solve that problem. Usually in companies and organizations, if there is some problem, people will immediately ask a question, who has done it? That is a wrong concept. So in the TQM concept, they don't try to find out who has done it. They will say why it has occurred. See, for example, in the Toyota company, if there is a defect in the paint, and the car is finally going out and there's small defect in the paint, you can't see with your eyes. When you see with the lens, you can see. Or when you when you touch the door, you can see some place, some minute thing is there. And they don't ask who is the reason. No, they try to find out what is the cause, and they will try to change the system so that the defect does not occur. So that is called a problem solving focus. It is not who, but it is why it has occurred and what has gone wrong. And then you come for the customer focus. Always, that's why nowadays, when you travel in a bus, in an omnibus, after your travel, you get a WhatsApp message, how was the travel? Can you spend 2 minutes for giving feedback? Why they do? Customer focus. When you travel in the flight, they see what is good about our flight, what is bad about our flight. Give a feedback, 0 to 10. Any company, you buy a product in Amazon, immediately they say, how was your experience? And there are many questions. What do you think can be changed to give you a better experience? So those things are coming under customer focus. And total participation. I told you, starting from the owner of the company, MD, managing director, and the highest level team, and to the last person, technician or helper, everybody will be involved. That is called total participation. And they give power to those people. How they give power? The technicians, they have a quality circle. They meet every week. They find out what is the problem and how the problem can be solved. They come out with a solution, and management implements a solution. For implementing, the management has to spend some few thousand rupees, but they spend it. And after the implementation, 1 year they study. Because this problem was solved, they have gained 20 lakhs to the company. I attended a quality circle uh, convention. It was conducted for the entire India, and there were a lot of small teams. One team came from, I think, Integral Coach Factory, and they said all the workers, their small team, all came with their uniform and brown uniform. There's a uniform for the technicians. They said they have a quality circle, and every week they will decide to have a meeting. And in the meeting, they said we are spending lot of amount on diesel for the generator, and why we are spending so much amount. They wanted to find out the reason. Then somebody said the generator exhaust, there is a cover on that one. When the exhaust gases are going, the cover will open, allow the gas and go. And the cover was heavy also. So they said there's some back pressure. The air is not going freely outside, exhaust gas. So we will change the design. So they started taking data collection, how much per hour diesel is consumed, for 1 month how much diesel is consumed, and they removed the cover and put a small bend. The cover was there because rainwater should not go in, but always there is no rain. Sometimes only the rain is there. So instead of the cover, they put a small bend like this. So when the bend is like that, rainwater will not go inside. And by that they have saved nearly 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs per year. So management was very happy. So that is called a total participation. And then you have quality improvement team. Make a lot of teams in a company who will be working out always to find out how we can grow in the quality. And now involvement of people. this principle recognizes that an organization is nothing without staff. With the staff only, the organization grows. If you find out the good companies throughout the world or even in India, any company which takes care of its staff, employees, it will be very good. It will grow. It will make a lot of profit. And any company which is not treating its staff well, it will not do well in the long run. People keep on changing. They may think, if you go, I get somebody else. But what is the time spent in training that employee? Now the employee goes out and some other employee comes in. Again, you have to spend a lot of time in training him in new machines, new equipments, how to write files, how to write accounts. Every time a new stuff comes, the company indirectly spends some amount. Managements or owners are not aware of it. So that's a organization without staff is nothing, and their ability should be used for full effect of the business success. Everybody has got an ability. The management should recognize every staff has got some idea, some ability, which they will be able to use it for the benefit of the company. And yeah, these are the elements of a TQM team approach. See, the hierarchies are not so much maintained in the companies where qualities are there. The manager will be sitting in a ordinary table along with the employees, and he won't say, I am a top, you have to come only after getting appointment. No, like that is not there. It is a teamwork, team approach. Manager, deputy manager, technician, engineer, all will be working in a team. That's a team approach is there. And employee empowerment, every employee is given given freedom to take decisions for the good of the company. There is employee empowerment is there. Then competitive benchmarking. What is competitive benchmarking? See, your college is there, IILM, College of Engineering Technology. You can have a benchmark. Benchmark means some other good institutions like IIT Kharagpur or IIT Delhi. That is a benchmark. And you go and find out what are all the good things they make to improve the quality. You follow those things. And after 1 year, find out how much you approached. I was trying to, I read a story, a good hotel, very big hotel, Hayat. They are having benchmarking, how to allot rooms to the people, guests coming. They have a very good hospital, ICU. ICU means intensive care unit. How they admit patients to the intensive care unit, because the patient should not be delayed, otherwise he may lose his life. A serious case comes, so immediately they will admit. They don't spend a lot of time in taking what is your name, what is your number, this and that. No, very, very difficult. So time is very, very important. So they immediately admit the patient into the hospital and give treatment so that his life can be saved. The Hotel Marriott, they took a good hospital ICU booking as their benchmarking, and they follow those methods to allot the rooms for the guests who are coming, so that the guests don't feel that is a burden to go and stand before the table giving all the details and wasting time. No, they are treated like royal guests. That's why Hotel Marriott, they have in 180 countries, very profitable hotel, and they have a benchmarking. They have taken the benchmark as the ICU ward in a hospital. That's their benchmarking. Like that, many companies have competitive benchmarking. We should be like that. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. What are all the good practices followed there by the students, by the faculty, by the management, by the laboratory, and we take those things as benchmarking. I was attending a program where one professor from IISc Bangalore was talking, and the topic was the best 5 universities in the world, how they became best 5. He took a study, and University 1 took University 2 library as benchmarking. University 2 took laboratories of third university as benchmarking. Like that, each university started taking benchmarking. They shared their experiences. They were not closed. They were open. This is what we followed. This is what we achieved. Like that, they were having good understanding, and that is a reason for them to grow and grow. So now Many of our Indian universities are finding very difficult to find in the ranking because we still struggle in empowering the employee. We have the hierarchy. I am the boss. You are my employee. So the gap is there. But whereas in US, it's not like that. They call by names only. The head of the department or principal, they say, "Hi, Jim, how are you? Hi, Tom, how are you?" Like that, they call by names because even the last employee can call the MD as by his name. That is empowerment. But in our country, it will take a lot of time. I think in some IT industries, it is coming up because they have the foreign experience. There is competitive benchmarking. Then continuous improvement. There is no rest for people. Nobody says we have our time. No. Suppose in your class, your maximum marks scored by people is average marks scored by people is 70, and you fix a new norm. Next year, we have to increase it to 75. So next year, everybody has attained 75. You can't relax. You raise the standard, 80 marks. Then next year, what? Everybody gets 80 marks, then 85. And everybody gets 88 means the aim you have assumed is not realistic. You have brought down your level of aim. So they go for the next level. So it's called continuous improvement. Now everybody scores 95%. Then how many people are employed in the companies? Now all are employed. How many people are employed in good companies? So like that, there's no rest. So it's called continuous improvement. Now I told you how to find out the quality of a product. How do you say that? What is quality first of all? Quality is fitness of purpose. Fitness of purpose. See, for example, you have a pen like this, and you have this part. It has got a thread, and this is made up of some very cheap metal, and it is able to serve the purpose. You don't want this to be put in gold because it's not going to serve the purpose. Aluminum itself is okay, or some alloy or plastic. It's enough. So, what is the fitness of purpose? Purpose should be solved. So, whether a pen means it should write well, purpose should be solved. So, that is called how to find out the quality of a product. We are going to see the determinants of product quality. This is a product, pen is a product. And what are all the factors that determines that this pen is of good quality? The first and foremost is performance. When you buy a pen, you don't see the color and features and all. Immediately you go take a paper and write. You are seeing whether it is writing well. Then you go and see the color. Then you go see whether the thread is okay or not. So first thing is performance, characteristics of the product. You are going to buy a bike, so you will know whether the bike rides well. First one, whether the engine is good, whether you can drive the bike. That's why they say, no, you can go and test drive. Test drive means you are checking for the performance. Next one is reliability. The pen is writing. When you go to the shop, it is writing. When you come back home, it is not writing. That means you can't rely. Two pens are writing, two pens are not writing means that company is not a reliable company. So performance is there. That performance should have a consistency. It should have a consistency. That is called reliability. Then the resistance and long life of the product. The product should have a long life. That is called durability. A pen means it should not break in the when the half of the ink is there, it should not break. It should serve the full purpose. When you have a bike, at least 10 years or 12 years, it should go well. That is called durability. Then evaluation. What others say. You know, some cars, some bikes have resale value. That means it is having a reputation. The spare parts will be available. And so that is called evaluation. How it is evaluated by the people who are using it. Then is there safety in using a product? Suppose you buy a mobile phone and there's a sharp pin here. And when you put it in the pocket, it tears your pocket. When you hold in your hand, it pricks. So that means it is not having safety. It is having some features which causes injury. Aesthetics. It should appear well. For the eyes to see, it should be good looking. That is called aesthetics. And then special features, additional features. Aesthetics means design, how I touch it, taste, fitting, finish, everything should be good. that is called aesthetic appearance. Then special features. You buy a mobile, but there are a lot of options are there. You buy a mobile only for speaking, but it has got a camera, it has got a light, so many other features which you don't never expected. That is called special features. These are all called as determinants of product quality. So performance, reliability, durability, evaluation, safety, and aesthetics. Now, there are two kinds of industries. One is production industry. That means an industry always comes out with a product. Mobile industry, a product is there. Specs industry, a specs is coming out. And there are some industries which are called as service industries. They do the service. There's no product. For example, you go and stay in a lodge, hotel, and they do the service. When you come out, you don't bring any product. You only bring a bill. You already paid the money. So you have experienced a good, comfortable stay. You have experienced a service. The room boy comes, he wipes the floor every day, he changes the bed every day, bed sheets every day. He will not change the bed, but bed sheets every day, and he takes care of the toilet. So it's a service. So insurance, life insurance, it's a service industry. There's no product. So what about the when do you say that the service industry is good? When it is reliability, consistency of performance, and dependability. You can depend on this. Today you go there, shop is there. Tomorrow you go, shop is closed. And then after 1 month, suddenly it comes, then it closed. You say, this company you cannot rely. It is not a reliable company. So they don't have reliability. Then responsiveness. That means willingness or readiness of the employee. You go and ask something, sir, no, sir, it is not available. Next week only it will come. And you are asking, sir, I want water, mineral water. No, sir, it is not available. I cannot give. No people are there. That means the company is not having responsiveness. They are not having readiness to help. Competence, record. They have skills. Do they have skills and knowledge? Access. Can you approach? Easy to contact. Insurance company is there. They say contact the customer care. See, recently I booked a ticket to come to Delhi, but then again the flights were cancelled. You ring the customer number, customers are busy. Call after some time. After some time you call them, customers no, the executives are busy. Every time it comes, executives are busy. They are always engaged. Then there's no access. They want to close down because they are losing money. Indigo, SpiceJet, or any other company. Access is not there. Courtesy, whether the people are polite in speaking, are they having respect, are they friendly, then the company is, that's one of the determinant of service quality. Then communication, are they keeping you informed? Yeah, nowadays when you book a ticket to some place, SMS comes or mail comes, your flight is departing at the time and you have to be ready, keep your ID card and 7 kilo you can carry in the cabin. So they keep on informing you. That is called communication. Then credibility. Can you believe that they are honest? They don't cheat. That is called credibility. Security. Freedom from danger. Freedom from risk or doubt. That is security. Then whether they are able to understand the customer and all the, is there any physical evidence for the service? Tangibles. Yeah, they give you good towel, they give you soap, and when you stay in a hotel, tangibles, that you can see, that's called tangibles. So we have seen what are all the determinants of product quality and what are the determinants of a service quality. Then what is the importance of quality? See here, improved quality plus company reputation, good name of the company, higher price, and product liability, higher productivity, and all these things are there. How it is reflected? Your profit goes on increasing. You can see the dollar, it goes on increasing. And even if the price is slightly higher, they are able to do the business because they have got a reputation for the quality. Now, what are the consequences of poor quality? Suppose your company has got a poor quality. Your products are not good. When you buy a mobile, it's not working after 6 months, and you have to tap like this. or when you buy some other product, it is not working. So how do they, what's the cost of poor quality? Yeah, lost revenue. This year, they are losing some 25,000 rupees. That is called cost of poor quality. Because of poor quality, people are not buying, and you all have all the stored inventory. So then you lose the customers. See this customer, see his eyes is a grunted customer, is not satisfied. Then increased cost. Again, this cost 25,000 rupees you have lost. You will try to increase the product rate because you want to get back the cost. So the product price goes up. Again, people won't buy. Then lost productivity. When you are not able to sell, you will reduce the employees. So that is loss of productivity. Last year, 5,000 cars were produced. This year, only 2,000 cars are produced. You have lost the productivity. And lower profits, damaged brand. People don't like your company. The company name is damaged. That is called dislike. These are all the consequences of poor quality. When you don't have a good quality, these are all the consequences. Many colleges are started, and many institutions are started because of the poor quality of teaching, poor teachers. What happens? There's no admission, and the college has to be closed. There are many colleges closed. That is called a consequence of poor quality. But if you insist on quality, later on people will know, oh, this place, if when I go, I get a good teaching, and good quality teachers are there, good quality laboratories are there. I can trust this, and the revenue or profit goes up. Now, this is principles on certification. Who will give us a certificate? Now we have international standards for organization. It is in Geneva. They are the authorized people to certify whether your company has got all the quality principles implemented. So that is called ISO certification. And then you have TQM principles. ISO certification, International Organizations for Standards. I think it should be IOS, but somehow nobody knows why it is ISO, International Organization for Standards. And what are the certifications? We have seen ISO certification. We'll come later to this ISO certification. How to get a certification? You should have a TQM principles implemented in your company. So what are the principles of total quality management? These are the principles are supplier relationship. Always have a good relationship to the people who are supplying. See, for example, you are manufacturing car, Mahindra car, and somebody is supplying you the tires, somebody is supplying you the wheels, somebody is supplying the steering. One of my friends, he bought a Bolino car, and when he drives long distance, there was a pain in the shoulder. He didn't realize, but after some time, he started hearing some sound when he turns this side and that side, and it was very hard. So he went to the service center and told the problem, and they said all the Bolino cars supplied during a particular lot is having faulty steering. The person who supplied the steering made some mistake somewhere, so they are not able to have a smooth steering. And what they will do, they said we will replace all the steerings for all the cars. So much cost on products, on repair. They said, please don't tell it outside. We will give you 5 years free warranty. So that's also a loss. So this is called the cost of poor quality. So what they should have done is, always their people should go and inspect the people who are manufacturing steering, and are they having the quality principles, and every machine is a new machine or broken machine. All the people are trained. Are they giving good quality product? So that is called supplier relationship. Then customer focus, already we have seen. Get the feedback from the customers by survey, by having press conference, by through magazines. What do the people say about it? Customer focus. And leadership, whether the management is committed for quality, involvement of the people, process approach, and continual improvement, decision making. All these things are TQM principles. If you are going to join in a company as a manager, they will ask you, they may give you some area of TQM. At the time, you should not say, sir, I don't know. So we need to learn what is TQM, because TQM is going to be in any industry. No industry will be not interested in quality. Every industry will be interested in quality because they want to make profit. They want to run the company. And ISO certification. We have different ISO standards. These are some of the standards. ISO 9001. It is for products. Whether all the products are having desired outcome. If they are manufacturing pen, is it having good outcome? Is it writing well? Whether it is having less weight, good aesthetic appearance. So ISO 9000 is for products. Customer should be satisfied. Then we have ISO 14,000. 14,000 is for saving energy. That's why in many companies, when you go and see, they have a lot of trees, and the trees take care of good climate, and the company will be cool. They need not spend much on air conditioners. So they save energy, they save water. So ISO 14,000, it helps the organization to reduce the waste handling cost. Wastage should be very, very, very minimum. And it should enhance the branding of the organization. BHEL means it has created a band, because when you go to any BHEL, you can see a lot of trees. You don't like, it doesn't look like an industry. It looks like it's a big forest, because they've got standards for the environment. Then ISO 27001, minimizing the risk. That is, they are giving importance for health of the employees. They call it as OSHO, occupation, self safety, health. So they give importance to the health of the people. Health also should be considered. One employee applies leave. When you ask why he is applied leave, he says a leg pain. And you call him and ask him why your leg pain is there. Sir, one tool fell on my leg. So you go and see where the tool is placed. The tool is placed on a very high level where easily it can fall down. So change the system and keep it in lower place. Keep the tools in such a way that they don't fall on his leg. And you tell the people that they should wear shoes. The company can buy shoes, because you are interested in the safety of the person, health of the person. If he applies 4 days, 5 days leave, the production is affected. You take a new person, he is not able to produce the good products. He has to learn from this person, that person. Production is affected. So you have to take care of the health of the employees. In that way, your company does well. So minimizes the risk exposure, and it helps the people how to follow the regulations, safety features of any industry. Then you have ISO 22301, and it is about the cost saving. And you have ISO 29990, and it is for competitive marketing and having a presence in the market. The company means everybody should know and should see. And then tools. For any company to implement the quality, there are some tools we have to use. What are the tools we are using for implementing the quality? One is called Pareto Chart. Another one is called Fishbone diagram. One is called flow chart. We will see what they are. There are 7 tools of quality: Pareto Chart, Fishbone diagram, flow chart, and there are 7 tools are there. But only important tools I am highlighting. This is called Pareto Chart. Why it is called Pareto Chart? See, for example, what is the cause that contributes to the 80% of the loss? I'll tell you an example. You are having a home, and in your kitchen, lot of items are there. You have a fridge, you have a washing machine, you have a mixie, you have a gas stove, but you also have dustbin. You have a mug, plastic mug. You have plastic items, spoons. Which one you will take care? There will be a lot of plastic items, plastic jar and bottles and spoons and dustbins and mugs. They are all less costly. But if you spend time only protecting those items, you are washing the cup this way, that way, and keeping all those things, and having a register, how many plastic spoons I have, how many mugs I have. You will spend a lot of time on the plastic things, and your fridge goes on repair because you have not maintained it. You have not cleaned it. And what's the cost? If a plastic cup breaks, you spend only 5 rupees or 10 rupees. But when the fridge goes on wrong, refrigerator, you have to spend 1,000 or 2,000 rupees. So 20% of the products, when you calculate the rates are 80%. Suppose in your home you are having items for 1 lakh rupees. Only 20% of the items contribute to 80,000 rupees. And rest of the items, 80% items, contribute only 20% of the cost. So which one we should care first? So that's all about this Pareto chart. For example, in one company, lot of problems are there. And so many problems are there. There's no lighting, and there's no water, or there's no tools. So many things are there. And all these things contribute to loss. Now you have to find out which cost contributes to 80% of the loss. That's about the Pareto chart. So 0, this is a number of defects, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is because of the first mission, second mission, third mission, like that. We assume 5 missions are there. Because of the first mission, 9 defects are there. 0th mission. First mission, 6 defects are there. And last mission, only 3 defects are there. In percentage wise, it is 2%, 4%, 6%, like that. So now, which mission you will concentrate? Spend amount and time and concentration on the mission which contributes to 80% of defect or lot of defects. And then last, if you have time, you come to this one, because that is targeting the important reason first, not on the least important things. Least important things, if you concentrate, you are wasting your time. So that's about the Pareto chart. And then you have flow chart. When you have a flow chart, if you are going for industrial visit, it's better to draw a flow chart. What is there in the first cabin, second, third, or how the product is coming. The raw material goes to the inspection, then it goes to cutting operation, threading operation, assembly, and painting and drying, and comes out. So the flow chart is there, easy for us to comprehend in our mind what is taking place. This is a flow chart. Start, define collection elements, and things like that. It can be in any operation. So that's a flow chart. But very important tool is this fishbone diagram. This is found out by one guru called Ishikawa. Ishikawa found out this cause and effect relationship, or fishbone diagram. It is like a fishbone. A fish, no, this is the head of the fish, and you have the main bone and side bone, and then branches are there. So this is called a fishbone diagram. And suppose this is a problem quality or a feature. That is, suppose you take a company, people are having absenteeism. Lot of absentees are there. Every day, 5 people on leave, 6 people on leave on permission. That is a cost. That is a effect. What is a cost? The company should spend some time in finding out the cost. Description 1, people are falling sick. And in the description 2, people are afraid of working in a particular machine. Description 3, a bad boss is there who is always scolding people. So he is absent. Like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Bad boss is there. Then why is bad? What are the sub causes? So you find out what's the cause 1, cause 2, cause 3, cause 4. Like that, we try to find out the causes. Or description 5, no town buses are there to come to the company on time. He becomes late. Why town buses are not there? Try to find out what's the sub causes. Not sufficient people, or they are not able to get the ticket, bus ticket. People are not paying money. And how can we, as a company, give them training, teaching how to buy tickets? I know in one of the states, there's a state called Karnataka, and people don't buy tickets. And sometimes the conductor collects the money, he will not issue ticket. He will put it in the pocket and go home. And the driver, no, there's a partition between the driver and the passengers. And on his place, he will take a lot of passengers, some 20 passengers, all crowded in the place. All the money driver takes and goes to the home. He puts in pocket, and very less money they give to the company. So the transport corporation, government transport corporation, Karnataka Transport Corporation, was running a heavy loss. So they did a brainstorming. They called the people and said, how can we solve this problem? And somebody said, appoint a lot of checking inspectors. Then when they calculated each checking inspector, the salary is very high. How can we employ so many inspectors? So like that, they try to follow one after the other options. Then somebody said, you proclaim lottery for ticket. That means they said in advertisements, when you buy a ticket, note down the number. Every week we'll have a lot. We'll select one ticket, and the ticket will get 10,000 rupees price. Second prize, 5,000 rupees price. Third one, 2,000 rupees price. So what will happen? Everybody started asking ticket. Conductor, I want ticket. So the conductor was forced to give tickets, and that increased the habit of buying tickets. Everybody started preserving the tickets, and they were giving the price 10,000. They will advertise in the paper today. So and so, Sonu, he got 10,000 rupees. So there was a competition. People started buying tickets. They are getting the lottery, but they are also traveling a long distance. So like that, they started making good profit. So they tried to find out what is the defect. The defect was there was no habit of buying ticket. How can you make the people habituate in buying ticket? By announcing prices, lottery, things like that. So like that, brainstorming is also a part of total quality management. You know, in US, in those days, they were supplying ice cream in plastic cup containers, and people used to consume a lot of ice creams. You know, when you take ice, your body becomes heat. That's why even in US now, if you go, people don't take water. If you ask water, they will put ice cubes and give water. Ice cubes. So like that, people who used to take a lot of ice creams, and they will throw their cups. And it was a huge problem of disposing the plastic cups. The ice cream companies called for a brainstorming session. Brainstorming means your ideas should go like storm, and everybody started telling many things. Then somebody said, throw it to beggars, and company thought that's a good suggestion. How will the beggar accept the cup if it is thrown to him? Make it like a biscuit. So they made it like a wafer biscuit, and after eating the ice cream, they will throw the cup. Beggars will take, wash it, and eat it. So like that, the present cup cone ice we are eating now, that's how it came. Now we don't throw, we eat that also. We eat ice cream, and we also eat the wafer biscuit. We don't want to lose it. So this is how you conduct a brainstorm and try to find out what are the causes and put all the causes here. And what is the advantage of this fishbone diagram? You try to find out, then after the fishbone diagram you draw the Pareto chart, which I have showed you earlier, Pareto chart. So a Pareto chart tells you which cause you should tackle first, so that the profit is more. So after the Pareto chart is put, you find out the cause, and that cause you try to solve. When you solve that, you are able to quickly go up the ladder of making profit or making good quality products, making a lot of customers. So that is the advantage of this fishbone diagram. Now these are the tools of good quality, total quality management tools. We have some more tools. At the end, I think 1 or 2 slides are there, like charts. We draw the chart to find out whether we are producing good quality materials. And this is data analysis. We have a lot of data. Now total quality management says anything should be measured. Whatever we are not able to measure, we cannot implement the quality. So we have to measure. So as students, you should be able to measure how many marks, how much percentage, how much grade. It's a measurement. Whatever can't be measured can't be controlled. Whatever can't be measured can't be controlled. That is one of the very important principles of total quality management. So total quality management, data and analysis is a very important part. Data and analysis. See, for example, root cause analysis. Through the fishbone diagram, you try to find out what is the root for this particular problem. It is called root cause analysis. Then opportunity analysis, timeline analysis, force field analysis, FME analysis. Though I will not be able to explain all, I will explain 1 or 2 for your benefit. So this is a root cause analysis. It is something like a fishbone diagram, and there are many ways to find out. This one is based on M. Main causes are, it can be management or man or method or material or machine or measurement, all starting with M. So when you want to find out the root cause of a particular problem, you draw a fishbone diagram or root cause diagram like this, or a fishbone like this. Then say management, man, method, material, machine, measurement. And if there are any problem with related to management, you write here. With any problem with man means employee, right here. Method followed. Sometimes methods may be wrong, right here. I remember one person had honey. He wanted to give the honey to his dog. So he was trying to feed the dog with honey, but dog refused. It never opened its mouth. It refused. And in the process, few drops of honey got spilled on the ground. And he went in. He thought the dog doesn't like honey. And when he came out, he saw the dog was licking the few drops of honey and eating. So what was wrong? He found out, oh, this dog likes honey. What was wrong? The method of giving was wrong. So if we, that's why we pour the milk on a plate so that the dog can lick and drink. It can't drink from bottle, but it can lick and drink. So that is a method. So for that, any industry where all the methods followed is right or wrong, whether we are having too much procedures, cumbersome methods, people don't want. You know, in some of the medical shops, first you have to tell the medicine, and then you have to go here and get a bill, and go here. Too many difficult processes. People will not go to the medical shop. People stop going. They will try to go to the places where the methods are easy. So method, what method we have to change? Material, whether we are getting good material or material is having any problem. Machine, whether we have good machines. So this is how we have to find out the root cause. It's called root cause analysis, then for the particular effect. And I told you we have to find out the weightage by using Pareto chart. So this is 20% weightage, cause 1. Cause 2, 30% contributes for the problem. This is 40%. This is 50%, 20%. So which one you will try to tackle first? You will try to tackle first the cause 4, because that is having maximum weightage. Cause 4. When you tackle the cause 4, very quickly you'll be able to get good quality. And then you come to the 40th percentage. So which one to tackle first? Unless you have data, you will not be able to do this problem. So data analysis helps us to find out what's the percentage of cost for the bad quality. How much is the weightage? And then you find out what, how, who, when, status. So this is how you have to go about the root cause analysis. This is called opportunity analysis. What's the important? Whether low, medium, high. Then ability to complete, low, medium, high. Whether if you give this work to this person, whether he can complete it. What is the opportunity? Medium, he can complete it. And this one, he can complete it low or medium. So this is called opportunity analysis. You can give the work to somebody, he is able to do it. Whether the work is very important, it is a low level important means you can give to anybody. If it's a high level important means give to the efficient person so that he can complete it. And this is time analysis. What is the production in January, February, March, April up to June? And see, January 125 products are produced, February 204, March 238, and May 423, June 520. So there's a increase in number of the units produced. And what is the yield? Then put it in the as a percentage: 93%, 95%, 98, 98, 91%, 91%. Now in June you have 520 products. You may ask, sir, the units are more. Why it is 91%? The units are more, employees are more, machines are more. In January, machines were less, employees were less. That's why they were able to produce 125 units. But when you calculate the percentage, it is 93.5. This is 98, 98. So this is the way you have to do the data analysis. And then you have force field analysis. You are going to study. There are some forces which are driving you to study because the last date is coming soon. And your father is not having a job. You have to complete the degree and get a job. And you know, when you get a good mark, you will have scholarship for higher studies. These are all the driving forces. And there are some restricting forces. You don't have power supply to study in the night. You don't have motivation. You don't have any good teachers. So these are all restricting forces. So this is called force field analysis. Now you know what to do, how to solve the problem, how to reduce the restricting force, how to increase the driving forces. It gives an overall idea. It's called SIPOC analysis. What is SIPOC analysis? It is means supplier, input, process, output, customer. So this is called SIPOC analysis. You have the data. What are all the suppliers? What are all the inputs? Input requirement, input description. I am buying a shaft. What is the length of the shaft? What should be the measurement? And what's the process? And this is a flow chart. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then finally, you are coming to the end boundary. So this is called SIPOC analysis. Then we have why analysis. I think it is Socrates who said, I have 5 good friends who are always helping me. The 5 good friends are why, what, when, where, how. So when you study a subject or when you do anything, ask these questions. What is wrong or what is right? How to do it? How not to do it? When to do it? When not to do it? Where to do it? Where not to do it? And why I do it? Why I do this? Ask these questions. This will help you to improve further in your personal way. So here we find it is called why analysis. And for example, in a particular industry, the fuse was going off very often. When a fuse goes off, what you do? You know what is a fuse? Electric fuse in your home. You have a fuse carrier and there's a wire. When something is short circuited, the fuse breaks. Then you have to replace it. So in a company, I think it's a Toyota company, in a particular section, the fuse was going up. Then you immediately call the electrician and put the fuse. After 1 week, it will go on, again it goes up. So if you repeat it, the problem is still there. You have not addressed the problem. So the problem is fuse going. Ask a question, why the fuse is going? Then the answer is, it is a faulty motor. Why fault is there in the motor? There is no lubrication. Why there is no lubrication? There is no purchase manager. Why there is no purchase manager? Some other reason. So like that, one after the other, go on asking reason. Then you change the brand of the lubricating oil in some other company. Problem is solved. Instead of buying from shop A, you are buying from shop B. There, lubricating oil is available, good quality. You buy it, put the lube, and motor is able to rotate well. It is not malfunctioning, no fuse. So if you don't ask why question, you will not change the lubricating oil. You will not change the company from where you are buying lubricating oil. So this is how why question helps us. You have to ask the question 5 times. Why? Again why? Again why? Again why? Again why? You may have a personal problem. You may have a problem in the family. Ask this question why? My sister is not talking. Again why? 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 When you go on asking 4 or 5 times, you are going to the root of the problem and solve the root. When the root of the problem is solved, the problems on the surface will not happen at all. So answer what caused the specific situation. This is the table. Answer why the problem was not detected. Answer what system failed. So this is called why analysis. It is a very common approach you can apply to any place. It may be in the matter of why you are not getting a job, why you are not able to pass. Keep on asking. You will be able to find out. Then this is called FMEA, failure mode effect analysis. This is another technique. This technique, what we do is we give number. I told you anything which cannot be measured cannot be controlled. So we have to measure. And how do we measure? See here, machine A is failing, machine B is failing, machine C is failing. Or in one machine, some part A, some part B, C, failure may occur. Now, if a machine A, where there's a problem, it fails, what is the severity? See, in your home, if a mixie fails in your kitchen, Whether it is a serious thing, you can always use a grinder. But when fridge fails, the problem is very severe because you cannot store milk, especially the coronavirus time where no shops are there. The fridge is very important. So what is the severity? You give mark 1 to 10. So when the A defect is there, failure is there, it's only 5 marks. B, 6 marks. C, only 4 marks. So I have allotted marks for this. What's the probability of occurrence? Is it a very frequently failing or once in a while failing? So defect A, frequently failing. So I have given marks 7. Where defect B, it is and C 5 marks in between these two. So I have given the probability of occurrence. Then if the problem occurs, is it that easy to find out or very difficult to find out? That is called probability of deduction. So again, B you can find out very quickly, that is 5 marks. This you can find out less, and the C defect you can find out very difficult, so 2 marks. So we are allotting marks. Now multiply these numbers, 5 into 7 into 4, that is you are multiplying these values, then you get a number called RPN, probability of occurrence, the number of occurrence, risk factor. R is risk and P is the probability, N is the number of times it's occurring. So now 140 is having the highest value. 140 is the highest value. So we are trying to find out, we will tackle only the A problem first. Then you tackle B, then comes C. So these things are coming because of the data analysis. This is another way of analyzing what I should have, must have, and what I want to have. It's not very important. Now we are going to discuss, I think I'll close in 10 minutes time. What is cost of quality and cost of report preparing and comparing the cost. So this is a picture, this is a ice in the ocean, iceberg people call. Only 10% is seen outside, 90% is hidden. That's why Titanic ship hit against this hidden part and met with a very drastic accident, very big accident. Many thousands of people died because what is hidden he could not see. So whatever is seen, it is only 10%. Whatever is hidden, it is 80% or 90%. So we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. The same way, we are seeing what is a scrap, rework, how many parts are rejected, maintenance service, warranty claim, additional labor hours. These are all you are wasting money. Scrap means 5 machines are not able to be repaired, so we have put it as scrap. Rework, reject, all these things are waste of money. But the hidden cost, so much is hidden. Cost to customer, expiring, inventory, or quality audit, longer cycle times, vendor control, all these things are hidden cost. This is only seen. So we have to find out what are the hidden cost. Cost of quality has got 2 major classes. One is, I think, cost of conformance, cost of non-conformance. What is cost of conformance? I am manufacturing this pen, and this pen is according to conformance. That is, so much is the length, so much should be the weight, so much should be the performance rating, conformance. That is called cost of conformance. And it has got 2 costs. One is appraisal cost. You go on measuring, taking information, data. That is called appraisal cost. And you want to prevent bad thing happening to the pen. That is preventing cost. You are having some modification in the machines so that it will not cut extra length. It will correct only at this particular place. No wastage in the plastic tube. So that's called preventing cost. So these 2 are called cost of conformance. And cost of non-conformance means something is failing. Within the industry, you are manufacturing this flask, and finally after you pour the water, it is leaking. You cannot sell it. So this particular product has failed inside the company, and the cost of this bottle is the internal failure cost. Not only the cost, how to find out. This you will throw, or you have to rework, and the time spent by the employer, machine time, everything is called internal failure cost. Suppose you are selling it to a person, and the person buys and he fills the water, puts it in a bag along with his laptop, tablet, and goes to the college. And when he goes to the college, all the water is entered to the laptop or tablet. What happens? He is putting a case in the court, and the company has to send a person for the court and spend a lot of money. So that is called the external failure cost, and you have to give him a free new one, and you have to give him money also because he has lost his laptop because of the leaky water bottle. So that is called the external failure cost. So internal failure cost and external failure cost both together is called cost of non-conformance. Non-conformance. So this is called cost of quality. This is invented by Juran. So then that also you write down what is a quality of cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, external failure cost, prevention cost, and then add try to find out. Prevention cost is 10% of the total cost sales. Internal failure cost is 2.7% of the percentage of sales. Then you try to find out where you are spending more, where you are spending less. So this is how companies get details on how their amount is spent. So here the total amount 20,000, and this is a percentage. Prevention cost, appraisal cost, all the costs you add and find out the amount percentage. You can compare year after year. First year the cost of quality is less. Second year quality of quality is more or less. How to go about it. And I told you about the charts, control chart. See, you have a flask. So this is a top part of the flask. This is a cup, and it should go inside like this. If it is very loose, no, water will leak. If it is very tight, you cannot close it. So that is called upper limit and lower limit. So this diameter has got upper limit. If it goes beyond the upper limit, it will be shaky. That's a lower limit. If it goes beyond the lower limit, you cannot close. So this chart you can see upper limit and lower limit control. And this is the actual dimension, 10 mm. Actual dimension. This is 10.1 mm. This is 9.9 mm. And you find out in June 10, June 11, 12, all the dates, you find out what is the dimension. So for first 3 or 4 months, it is below the control limit, and then it is all within the control limit. Up to this time, all is in the control limit. So now you are going for upgrading the quality. How you upgrade the quality? You lower the upper control limit and bring the lower control limit up. That is, this is the tolerance. So we have improved the process. There are some, this also having some shake. There are some flasks where it's absolutely comfortable to close it and tighten it. That means the tolerance is very less, close tolerance. In some of the parts where leakage should not be taking place. For example, you see in an engine, motorbike, the oil, lubrication oil, it should not leak out. So all the places it will be close tolerance, correctly fitting, so that no oil is leaking. That's called close tolerance. So this is called control chart. X bar chart, R charts are there, and this is data collection, things like that. So these are the bar chart. Financial year 12, 13, 14. What is the profit, sales percentage? So instead of numbers, if you look at this chart, easily you are able to compare every year. 17, so much high. The lowest is 14. So you put it in the notice board with very attractive colors. All the employees psychologically it goes into the mind. Oh, financial year 17 it is very high. What's the reason? Find out. So these are the charts. This is called bubble chart. This is called stacked bar chart. This is called clustered chart. This is called scatter diagram. Whether performance is going up or down, we can find out. All these charts are helping us. This is called donut pie chart. 40%. This is 20%, 30%. And no, we sometimes conduct a youth camp, and some 800 people attend. And finally, we find out for one student, we spend 260 rupees per day. How much goes for food? How much goes for medicine? How much goes for accommodation? How much goes for stationery percentage? And we find out, oh, this is too much. We have to reduce this. This is very less, improve. So we can take a decision. This is another type of chart. This area chart. And yeah, I think time is 3:28, and we also have had a bird's eye view. Whatever I covered, and most of the part I have covered, but we have not gone deep into any aspect. I've given a bird's eye view. So total quality management, nowadays we have what is called a 6 sigma. That means 1 million parts, there will be only 3 defects. 1 million, if you measure, only 3 defects will be there. That is called 6 sigma, means high quality. The Rux company is the first company to achieve 6 sigma. And there are a lot of courses. I advise you can register for Coursera or MOOC, massive open online course. 6 sigma is conducted. Total preventive maintenance is conducted. So many courses are conducted, short-term courses per week. In this corona period where you are at home, you can register for 1 or 2 courses. If you want certificate, you pay. Otherwise, it is free. If you want certificate, you have to pay for 3,000 rupees. You get a good certificate that's having a very good value. When you go for interview, if you say that I have done 6 sigma course or some course on safety or total quality, it will also always help you. I thank you. And unless you have some questions, I would like to conclude. Once again, I would like to register my gratitude to your IILM management and for the students who patiently listen to this webinar. Thank you, Anandal. I especially thank Mr. Finney H. Wilson for coordinating this and being an instrumental for conducting this webinar. And by the way, this is the first webinar course I am handling, and you have made this opportunity. Thank you, Anandal. Thank you, Ahmed and Tarun, Suman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Westerfield is a good author for TQM. You can take any. If some of you are interested doing your project work, I can guide you, give you some ideas as how you can do a project based on TQM, design of experiments. My PhD is using Taguchi loss functions, one of the quality gurus. I've done that. You can use it for any field. So if you need, I think I give you my email ID and phone number is this one. Thank you for your participation. Thank you. You can note down my email ID. Any doubt, any help, you can mail to me or you can give a ring to me. I'll be only happy to help you. Thank you. So, Mansi ma'am. You have any questions? Anything you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Yeah, good evening, madam. You are a faculty?
No, sir, I'm a student.
You are a student, okay, okay. I was cautious in asking that question because if I ask a student whether you are a faculty, it is a pride. But if I ask a faculty whether you are a student, they may find fault with me. Okay. Which discipline you belong to? Which faculty? Which department?
Sir, I'm a final year student.
Which branch?
Civil.
Civil, okay. So all the best and use these days fruitfully. You can try to attend as many webinars as possible and do some online courses. It will help you. Suman. Okay, shall I leave the meeting?
No.
Shall we close?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Abhinay Kumar, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Rahul Kumar, Anshul, Tarun, Ranjan Kumar, Ahmed.
Yeah. So thank you for your time, and I hope everyone is benefited with this session. And,
Yes.
thank you everyone for your active participation. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Conclude. Thank you.
Ali Khan. Yeah.
Okay. Shall we end the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.